Good evening. Today it's a Thursday and it is 8:25 currently in the evening. It's been a long day. I've been here since just gone past 8:40 in the morning. It's been a long day but very productive. Where I'm sitting now is a different hall within the same factory, and it was in a state that you couldn't really walk into this hall without bumping into something. So the shelves that you see behind me were a recent purchase. We went and managed to get 18 racks for a great bargain, and we thought this is the hall where we'll put all the stuff that belongs to my dad that is kind of useful to him, like a lot of the machinery he's been collecting. And we thought this is going to be the end destination for them. So instead of tidying up a different hall and then coming here and finishing off here, we thought we'll stack it all up in here. But I've been finding a lot of great stuff, a lot of good machineries, vinyl records, record players, and all that kind of stuff. And it's just still going through that organisation phase where just moving everything into an organised manner onto the shelves, so later on we can either sell them or my dad can use them. But first bit was, how do we separate the rubbish from the good stuff? And after 7 tip runs so far, it's been a very, very tiring journey, but good, fulfilling, definitely fulfilling. A lot of sentimental stuff I've found, which is good. But yeah, usually Thursdays was a day in the office. I'd be over at Gaydon, which is close to Banbury for those who know and those who don't know. I'd be getting home about 6:30, eating dinner, getting on my computer, and yeah, mentally being drained. The days like this, I've been here, as I said, for almost 12 hours now. Physically tired, mentally a lot of capacity still. But yeah, my brother's been here helping me. He's just popped out. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I can't complain. I'm enjoying the journey. I'm seeing results. I'm finding lots of good stuff. I'm finding a lot of sentimental stuff. And I found a person who is a vinyl record collector. So I'll be contacting him once I've organised all the vinyl records in an appropriate way. And then yeah, giving him a call and see what he wants and what's worth it and all that kind of stuff. So the mind's been playing a big game. A lot of the time, as I said from the very start, your mind is everything. I actually found a book around here called The Power of the Mind. So obviously some common interest between me and my father. He's obviously been collecting and looking into the same kind of content as me. But yeah, it's at times I find myself questioning myself about, is this the new life? But I kind of need to counter that and counter the mind by telling it that this is just a journey. This is part of the journey, right? This is not the end result. And I saw an image the other day that popped up on social media, which I thought was very powerful. And it said, don't disturb yourself by imagining your whole life at once. And that was so powerful. One of my friends has just recently been, he got in trouble. Someone's actually put a false claim against him. And now he's in the UAE and he's got a travel ban. And he was in a stressed position. And I was telling him, right, I was like, number one, you're not at fault. Someone's obviously made up some false documents and a false phone number and pretending to be you. So actually, once everything comes clear, he's going to be punished a lot more once the justice does come in front, because they'll never be able to prove that to my friend because he's actually not done it, as far as I know. But he was like, I'm in a dark space and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, just think about this as a part of a journey. You're not under house arrest or anything like that. Yeah, they've put a tribal ban on you, but you still got your freedom, you still got your health. So just look at it as part of the journey. Don't think to yourself that for the rest of your life you're going to be locked in that country. And often I think people do that. we come under some kind of circumstance and we actually just think that that's it. That's going to be our life for the rest of it. And at times during this journey, I've been telling myself the same. I'd be like, this is just a stepping stone. Once you've got this place sorted, once you've got it all cleaned up and tidied up, and you're going to be making use of this, and this will become your income. So you can get out of these dirty, dusty clothes and you can go back to looking sharp as you always did with suits and stuff. So yeah, a lot of talking, self-talk, because I think it's very important on our day-to-day journey. It's very important. So yeah, what else is new? All my social media platforms, I've been having a good think about it. I started this new channel, which is Forgotten Factory. I've got another channel which is Making Mindset Matter, and I had another channel which was Shack on the Go. And I thought to myself, everything I'm doing, whether that be with what I'm doing with the Forgotten Factory, Shack on the Go, and or Making Mindset Matter, it all has the common traits of the whole mindset talk, Shack's journey. So what I'm going to do is merge everything into one and delete the other two channels. I think just keeping all the social media into one place, it's much easier to handle. I don't need to worry about multiple accounts. So I don't know which channel you'll be watching this on, but it's probably going to be the main channel that I'm going to load it up to. So yeah, at times I just get some ideas and I think to myself, oh, it's a great idea, and then I go and enact it, and then I think to myself, actually, I already had the resource to do this on a different channel. So yeah, what else? So kids will be in bed. My eldest son is currently on residential with school, so he is travelling and he'll be back tomorrow. Missed him. He went on a Wednesday, today's Thursday, so he'll be back tomorrow. So missed him. But other than that, another house project that I've just recently completed on. So we've bought a buy-to-let with my wife's uncle, James, who is an absolute gem of a person. He's a Capricorn, so that obviously makes him even more of a gem. But he's probably the best person, best human being, one of the best human beings that I've come across. So shout out to James. He's always been a great help to me, to my family. And he's just, yeah, overall a gem of a person. So I'm very excited about doing that project up. But what it does mean that my time is going to be split. I'm going to be between here and that project. And I'm going to start doing content around that project as well. Because I just get a kick out of the before and after on everything. So yeah, we've got a really good deal. I spotted it. It's a place called Hollywood in South Birmingham, and it's a 2-bed, well, currently a 2-bed. I think it will remain as a 2-bed. It just needs a full-on refurbishment. But here's the great bit. So we went to the solicitors yesterday to sign the contract. And we had previously been told on a £196,000 purchase, the stamp duty was something around about 11,500. For anyone who's in property, you want to hear this part, because this made my month. I'm not even going to say a day or a week, but it genuinely made my month. So we sit at the solicitor's desk to sign the contracts, and she's going through the breakdown of what we owe. And she was like, oh, well, I've just noticed that the property doesn't have a kitchen. So we've recalculated the stamp duty, and now it's not 11,500, it's 937. And I genuinely thought it's an accountancy error. And I said, do you mean 9,000? And she said, no, it's 937 pounds. Me and James looked at each other. James is exactly like me in terms of he always believes he's lucky and he's always very positive. And we looked at each other and we just said, you know what, that's just our luck. So instead of the 11.5 grand, we're now paying £900 stamp duty. Absolutely beautiful. Adds to, again, the margins when we do sell on the property. So yeah, we should be completing tomorrow, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And then I'll be between here and there. And then again, my life currently is just projects after projects. We've just bought a house, which is going to be our family house. It needs significant building work. So we're having a loft extension there, and we're having a kitchen and diner extension. So that's all going on as well. So yesterday I was there stripping wallpaper, which was fun, removing a bathroom, and these are 1930 houses, and it's had a bath there since 1945 or something like that, and it was a cast iron bath on the first floor of the property. So me and James were there. We removed the bath, and when I mean this bath was really, really heavy. It was genuinely really heavy. But we took it down with the help of James, and then we put it to the front of the house, and then I continued stripping wallpaper. James went off to do something else, and then I had a knock at the door, and it was a scrap metal guy, and he said, "Oh, can I have this bath?" And I was like, "Do you know what? That's what he put it out there for. Saves me taking it to the tip, so yeah, take it." And then the cheeky fucker turns around and says, "Oh, could you help me load it into my van?" And by that time, it was around about 4:30, and I was tired because I'd been there quite early, and I'd already been loading up for the tip and stuff. And so I said, "Yeah, okay, cool." So I carry up to his van, get to his van, he opens his doors, and he's already got a stack load of metal in his van. Oh, I looked at it and I was like, "Oh God." So he's like, "Please, could you help me lift it up?" So we had to kind of lift it up to almost waist height and chuck it into the van, which at the end he did. We managed, so it was good. So yeah, that's been me so far. Now I think it's time for me to quickly show you around this hall. We started to organise it. We started to put racking and shelves up. A lot of things. We've kind of separated the good from the rubbish. The rubbish has been taken out. A lot of the rubbish has been taken out. And still a lot of sorting to do. But yeah. That light at the end of the tunnel is getting closer. Still miles out, but I can see it. It's a bigger dot now. So yeah, we'll get through it. Oh, actually, talking about being lucky. So I was looking for some crates. What I mean by these kind of crates. And what I wanted these for was, in this factory, there's tons and tons of books, and I'm talking in excess of probably 500,000. Sorry, my mind's just into the thousands at the moment for some reason. About 500, 600 books, biographies, garden books, painting books, photography books, you name it, it's here. And I wanted to keep them in these containers so when I can sort them and then obviously separate it into different categories and then potentially sell them off to whoever. I know I'm a big book reader, so I often go onto Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Amazon and buy books. So that's what I wanted to do. So I went on Facebook Marketplace to look for these containers. And there's guys selling it for about £2-3. I was actually going to go and collect 30 because I need quite a few. Because my aim is just to separate all the music like CDs, vinyl records, everything into these containers. So I asked him, I was like, "How much you want for 30? And he's like, "I'll give you them for 80 quid. It was going to be £3 each, which would be 90, but I'll give you for 80 quid. And I was going to go about and pick them up. But today when I went to the tip has got a section which is pretty much like a shop. So what they do, they take things that people go and dump there, whatever's in good working condition, they kind of just list it over there and people come and buy it from there. So there's a lot of furniture, a lot of lights, all kind of stuff there. So I thought to myself, "Do you know what? I'm going to go and have a look." There was something telling me that I might be able to find these kind of storage containers there. So I went there, and honestly, my eyes lit up when I saw around 2,000 of these containers just stacked up in the corner. So I rushed up to the lady and I was like, "How much you want for them?" And she's like, "Oh, I'll take £1 each." It's £1 each. £1 each. And I was like, "Oh, can you sort me out a deal?" As I do, I always like to ask the question. But she did. And I got 30 containers for £25. And there's a lot more. There's a little business, not a business I would say, but opportunity to make some money there, because what I can do is list them on Facebook Marketplace for £3 or even £2.50, and when people want to buy them, I can just go to the tip, pick them up from there, and then sell them off. So yeah, for anyone who's listening to this, you might steal that idea. But if I had time, I genuinely would do that. And one of my really good friends that I know from a long time ago, he came to me. He kindly gave me a hand at the tip today, and I said it to him. I was like, "That's a great opportunity. If you think about it, there's about 2,000 containers." She said 2,500, and if you make £2 on each container, that's a profit of £4,000. So yeah, you never know who wants them. I was out there looking for them, and as I said, I was going to go and pay £80 for 30. So yeah, a good little tip. So yeah, let me quickly show you around. We'll continue this whole sorting through this factory, take you on this journey, and yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for following. Let me show you around now. So, as I said, I started putting these shelves up. We managed to get 18 of these racks, all the way till the end. There's an office in there. And again, I'll tease you for now, but I won't take it. This room, genuinely, you could not walk into it. I'll try and find a picture and I'll add it to this video. But you genuinely could not fit anything into it. There's some genuine gems here that I found. So there is on the bottom shelf over there. Oh, I'm trying to look at my camera and see if I'm pointing at the right spot. On the bottom shelf over there, there's a Sharp VZ2000. Just have a look at the price of that. Let me zoom into it. I won't go too close to it, but you probably see it. There's a cassette player, Hitachi cassette player at the front, but at the back, that's a Sharp VZ2000. Just look at the price of that one. So that was just in the corner. I salvaged that. Lots and lots of books. So currently I started to put the books in the container over there, stack them on top of each other. They haven't been sorted yet, but the plan is to get it all sorted into categories and then yeah, sort them all out. On this side then, that door is the one that leads to the big hall that we started off our journey from. And around here is all, again, stereo, massive speakers, all kind of stuff. Sewing machines and all that. This is my younger sister, who is still as pretty and as cute as you see on the picture. But she's just much taller and much grown now. She's now 30, or just turned 30. That corner, as you can see, a lot of speakers, a lot of stuff over there. And yeah, this is it. And then that is a massive speaker. I don't know if it's actually worth it or if it's just got a big housing to it. So I'll put the stand back. So yeah, I'll continue. I'm probably going to stay here for another 30 minutes. I've told Emily it's going to be a late one today. So by the time I get home, it's probably going to be about 10:30. And then we'll start again tomorrow. What I'm doing is currently separating metal. And we've got a pile outside where I put all the metal. And I've got a guy who comes and then weighs it all and then gives me a price for it. And then if it's acceptable, he will pay me the money. And then he will take the metal away. Saves me taking it to the tip. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for following. We'll keep going.